wanted to create Haven House as a program that really supported homeless students, not just in education, but also in housing. And it really was inspired by me meeting my biological sister. I was adopted when I was 3 years old. In 2015, when I met my sister Miracle, I was really excited to meet her. I found out that she lived in Texas and she wanted to reunite and live in California. That's when we kind of started discussing the fact that she was experiencing human trafficking, she was homeless, and I thought I could help her. I'd get her into school, I'd get her housing, and then I would help her graduate and help her reach her dreams. And at the time, I didn't realize what it took to help somebody who was experiencing homelessness. Because she was 17, she didn't have many of her school records. It was extremely, extremely hard to get her enrolled into a school. I took her down to the county and I thought maybe we'd get her a case manager and then we'd get her housing and then everything would be great. When I was helping her, I realized it would take a month to get her into stable housing. And even though I enrolled her in school, it was a very long process because she didn't have paperwork, she didn't have a guardian. I couldn't get her into school for almost 2 months. Luckily, the school that I worked with, they do take minors who maybe didn't have all their paperwork with them, and so we were able to enroll her after that initial month. However, when we took her to different intakes at different homeless shelters, they would do an intake on a Tuesday and then they would say that she would be placed on a waiting list. And that made the whole entire process very difficult, and it made my sister feel even more hopeless. And I kept thinking to myself, although I took off work and I could advocate for her, what do other youth do that don't have that support, that don't have somebody who can advocate for them? And so it really made me think of, as a principal at a high school, how many of the students that I work with on a daily basis are also homeless. And so we started to connect with all of our students. We started to find out who was deemed transient or unaccompanied youth. And those are any students who might be not living at home, they ran away from home, their parents are homeless. From those two experiences, both working with my sister, but then also working with my own school demographic, I realized I needed to do something on a bigger scale, and we really needed a movement. And so I know that I started teaming with social workers, I started teaming with therapists, with teachers, and we really started to decipher what were the things that we needed to do to help our students. And that's really how Haven House started. I wanted to have the tools to help students out that were like my sister, but also like some of my students. I don't think that I realized when I first was working with my sister all the trauma that she was carrying or all the support that she needed. And so I know that with Haven's House, partnering with mental health, partnering with therapists and with teachers and case managers, we want to be able to provide wraparound services for students that are going through it. But just the same, understanding that a lot of what they're going through is cyclical. It's a pattern of things that have happened to them that have put them into this space. We have to create new systems for them in order to help them reach academic achievement.